Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. If you're new here, I'm Cyndi. How did you guys make it through the 777 portal? Heavy energies. I've been not really doing much, not having a lot of energy, not really having a lot of purpose. Kind of feel like you're kind of in a numb void, but today I feel that energy kind of lifting. So I wanted to get a single and sexy reading done for all you single and sexy individuals out there. And I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle deck, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards with my summer holiday. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let's see what the universe has for you today, you single and sexies. Wow. All right, what do we got, you guys? What do we got? Oh, and they flung out. Okay, you guys, I have got Not Today, the Phoenix, and the Dragonfly. So not today is someone in your energy circle that is not dealing with this. They're avoiding a conversation, avoiding talking to you. Now, when we talk about sizzling hot messages in love for the single and sexy, this does not have to mean romantic. This can be platonic. This can be love of career. This can be a coworker. This could be just about anything right now. But we've got someone avoiding a conversation, maybe still a little angry about something. This could be you, single and sexy. You may be avoiding a conversation with somebody. And then we've got the Phoenix, and that is taking one situation and transforming it. This is a new phase. This is rekindling, changing your mind. And then, the dragonflies. We know dragonflies are all about, again, transformation, being lighthearted, finding out things coming to light. So either a person is avoiding a conversation with you and this situation is going to be renewed and come to light, or you, single and sexy, are avoiding a conversation, trying to transform something, trying to, cut through the bullshit and find out, what the truth is, and be lighthearted about these transformations in the situation. All right, so let's dig into the tarot and see what else we've got going on with this. All right, so let's ask, what is this avoidance of a conversation? Someone's avoiding speaking with someone about something, wanting to transform it, wanting things to come to light, but there's not today. It's not happening right now. There's no movement forward. All right, so we've got the Ace of Swords and the Sun in the reverse. The Ace of Swords is exactly that. It's speaking truth. It's cutting away the bullshit. It's in the physical, speaking your communication and your thoughts. It's your truth. And you can see that this hand extending out is the universe. And the universe is saying, here's your wand that has all your passions and desires, and only you can go out and manifest something. And the Sun in the reverse, number 19. Now, the Sun is the masculine energy to the divine feminine energy of the moon. And the Sun illuminates things. It brings healing. We know that sitting on the beach in front of the waves, taking in the sun, brings a renewed sense and healing to ourselves. The Sun. So the Ace of Swords is wanting to cut away the bullshit, even though we see that this energy is avoiding a conversation, wanting to transform something, wanting to bring things to light, wanting to cut away the bullshit. The Sun in the reverse says that there is delays because there is a lack of confidence, of self-doubt. So singles and sexies, is it you? Are you stopping coming forward and speaking your truth, either in a romantic relationship or with a family member, or is there some kind of truth that needs to be spoken so that a relationship can be transformed? Have you been delaying? Is there a lack of confidence about having this conversation? Or again, reverse the roles how it fits for you. These are just energies, so they're not genders, but however it resonates with you. So there's delays, there's a lack of confidence and some self-doubt, and that's why this transformation or this conversation has not taken place yet. So we got some sizzling hot little drama going on here. Let's see what spiritual lesson we can learn out of this tarot tale. Let's keep going. Let's ask the universe, what are the delays caused from? We see that there's a lack of confidence and a self-doubt, so that's fear. And I've got number 11, justice. That's Libra energy. And that is balancing the scales. That's, you see, this divine feminine is mediating a tug of war, trying to find the balance, being pulled in different directions. So, we asked, what is causing the delays? What is this lack of confidence or this self-doubt stopping this person from coming forward and having this conversation? And really it is all about this person, wanting to be open and honest, but having to find balance, having to organize their thoughts. This is, ruled by Venus. This is the air element. Like I said before, this is Libra. This is cause and effect. My actions have long-term effects. So when balancing things out, we want to think long and hard. Are we being fair? Are we accumulating any karma in our decision to act or enact? All right, you guys. So, justice, Libra energy. I'm going to pull another Island Time Wellness Oracle card and ask, universe, how can this be better balanced for this person? I've got the boat. So we're asking, how can this person better become into balance in order to move forward to speak their truth? And the boat says, that's, they will receive what they need, that there's progression. The boat is arriving, the ships are coming in, but this also is about moving on, or closure issues. So how can we bring more balance if there is a closure issue and something was left karmically out in the open where, for instance, someone just ghosted somebody or stopped communicating with them altogether, never had a conversation, never fixed things, never allowed anything else. This seems to me that we're asking what would bring more balance, and this is very direct from the universe saying that there is closure issues, that maybe these parties could not move on because of these closure issues, or maybe they were causing a delay with each moving on and going their separate ways. So this falls right in line with someone avoiding the conversation, wanting to transform something, wanting to bring things into the light like the dragonfly does. The phoenix is rising from the ashes, bringing something back from the dead. The Ace of Swords is cutting away the bullshit. But the sun in the reverse is, although, there's all this illumination and you could see things clearly, right now there's a delay because that there needs to be balance brought in about closure issues. If there's no closure, then you move on without closure. No one's guaranteed closure. Anybody we deal with might not be mature enough to recognize that by being spiteful and not giving closure, that they're actually creating karma for themselves. So, let's ask the universe, has there been any karma created? Now, I'm going to stick with the Wellness Time Oracle deck because I'm digging its results today. Is there any karma created in this situation that we're talking about here today? All right, so if I asked if there was any karma and I pulled the card photograph, this is a person looking at someone's photo, feeling nostalgic about them missing you. So is there karma? Yeah, this person can't seem to get past this situation. There is no moving on. There is no moving forward. This is blocked energy because of this person avoiding this conversation. They are blocking their own flow of the universe and keeping themselves in a stuck state. So the karma is that they're without this person, and all they can do is sit and think about the situation over and over again. And when we do something and we wrong somebody, it will eat at us slowly. Can we repress that? Yes, but then it's like a festering disease. Our life starts falling over like dominoes. One thing will go wrong after another because that karmic injustice is such a strong energy if we do that to another human being. So we're asking, is there any karma created? Definitely. This key's on a ring. This is being strung along. Possibly someone had a one-night stand. Ooh, interesting. So we're asking if there's any karma. And this says that there was a decision to have a one-night stand and someone got strung along. I don't like to tell negative tales through these cards, but it is life and those things happen. And when they do happen, we have to look at it for what the lesson was. Not that this person didn't want me, or it has nothing to do with us when someone treats us unfairly or out of balance with, the universal laws of integrity and honesty and treating someone like we would want to be treated. The karma falls back on that person. Cause and effect. They have to deal with the repercussions, and it's not punishment. It's just that, you didn't learn that lesson. You didn't treat another spiritual being correctly. So we're going to keep pounding you with this lesson until you get it. You can't move forward. You can't spiritually grow until you clear that energy out. And this is definitely looking like maybe even in the past, the reason why this person is having such a hard time coming forward and avoiding this conversation and not giving closure, but yet not moving on. They feel so imbalanced is because possibly, and I'm sorry if this is a trigger, but they may have had a one-night stand and maybe someone got strung along in the process. And maybe that's a little rough, but it is what it is. We're all adults here, right? And then we've got the mirror. Any karma created, it says our relationships reflect our wounds. And in introspection, we mirror our wounds. So if a person went out and they ghosted somebody, they stopped all communication, they didn't give them closure. This isn't about you, single and sexy, if this is you and someone did this to you. This is about this person actually, within their actions, you can see their wounding, because relationships reflect our wounds. This person may have had that done to them. This may be this person's coping mechanism, and I'm not excusing it by any means. That's not excusable. But when you look at it for the lesson that it is, we have to see it as, this person didn't do this to me. I know my self-worth. If they didn't come towards me, if they didn't want to give me closure, if they didn't want to have a final conversation, well, that's all on them. Those are their burdens to deal with, their repercussions of their cause and effect, especially if it was done out of spite. If you spitefully did that to somebody, have fun with that one, because the universe does not mess around. So let's ask, let's find out what this character is, because we don't have any signs of divine feminine, divine masculine, knights, kings, queens. Let's ask who these characters are. I'm going to use two separate decks because we're talking about two separate people. Let's ask about this first character that does not want to have this conversation, is avoiding a conversation, avoiding balancing things. There's delays coming forward, speaking truth, cutting away the bullshit, getting right down to the truth of the matter, like that sun in the reverse, bringing clarity. None of that has happened because a person lacks the confidence or has some self-doubt about coming forward and speaking their truth. And karmically, it seems to me like they're reaping some of those repercussions because they are in stuck energy right now. Can't move forward. All right, so tell us about this person that doesn't want to have a conversation. Six of Swords in the reverse. Hierophant in reverse just popped right out. And again, the Justice card. That's Libra energy again, you guys. Okay, so the Hierophant in the reverse is a divine masculine. The Justice is portrayed by a divine feminine. Let's see what this means here. So the Six of Swords in the reverse, that's air element, Libra energy. Swords are about communication and thoughts. Now, normally this card is moving to calmer waters. It's, healing, transitions, moving beyond trauma or the shadows of the past. But when it is in the reverse, it means that this is all about being resistant to change. This is unfinished business. It could be a spiritual transition or a journey. We're asking about this character who has been avoiding this conversation, that there's some kind of unfinished business with somebody. And this is saying that this person has been very resistant to change and probably has been going through some sort of spiritual journey, some kind of transition. But they've been very resistant. They lack self-confidence. All right, so the Hierophant is like the high priest, ruling planet of Venus. This is also ruled by Taurus. This is the masculine counterpart to the High Priestess. So we do have a divine masculine now. And with the Hierophant, this could mean marriage. This could mean a spiritual leader. This could be family beliefs or traditions. This is, managing conflict. In the reverse, this is about old systems or structures that are no longer relevant. This is dogma. This is rebelling against societal norms. This is a need to let go of old ways of thinking. This is, again, the card of being in stagnation because your ego is what's leading you, not your heart, but your ego. This can be the rejection of family values. This could be getting poor counsel. So we asked about this individual. So we have a divine masculine who is very resistant to change and needing to let go of some old ways of thinking. And with the Libra card a second time, this is the universe saying and reinforcing number 11. So we've got 1111 now. This is finding balance. You see how she mirrors her face. Again, this is a card of mirroring. Mirroring happens a lot in the twin flame connection. I don't have any cards to do with that now. We know that our wounds, our relationship reflect our wounds. So this is reflection, looking in the mirror and saying, am I balanced? Have I been fair? It's hard to take a good hard look at ourselves when we've kind of treated people wrongly or done something wrong. We have to humble ourselves and say, what part in that could I have played differently? And, when you put yourself in the other person's shoes, then you can see the situation differently and have a different perspective. So let's just say we've got a divine masculine, a Hierophant, that is going through some transition, possibly a spiritual journey after being a person or an energy that is very resistant to change. And I don't know if this is you, single and sexy. This could be you. You could be this divine masculine, and a lot of masculine energies do not like change. It's like not built in their DNA. They like structure and similarity, and yeah. Let's see what we've got here on this other counterpart that we don't know much about. We know that this divine masculine is thinking about this person, reminiscing, something to do with keys on a ring, making a decision. There is that weird thing thrown in there about a one-night stand, kind of like stringing somebody along, and maybe this person did have a one-night stand. Maybe this divine masculine strung somebody along, was talking to multiple people, and in the past, this is a wounding that had been done to them. So we tend to pick up on the way others treat us, and then we forward that on, which is terrible, but it is what it is. So we're asking about this other character in this scenario, and I'm pulling from the Summertime Holiday deck. What is this other character? Who is this? What energy? Okay, I've got the Six of Cups and the Empress. Woo! All right, ask a question and the universe answers. Okay, you guys, the Six of Cups is soulmate energy. Again, that can be, being nostalgic about a better time. This could be about, again, that other card, a photograph, is about nostalgia, missing somebody. Cups are all about our emotions. This is Scorpio energy. So this is reconnecting with someone from the past, wanting to reconnect, revisiting your past, possibly looking at some childhood memories, clearing some childhood trauma. You're just longing for the way things used to be with an Empress. And look at this Empress. She is sitting outside what looks like on a veranda. She's sitting in her tub with her lion claw legs. I've always wanted an old tub like that. And she's got her little flower headdress. And she is in her element. She does not look bothered the least little bit about anything that's going on here. So let's ask, though, I gotta dig in. What does she think about this whole situation? What does she understand about this situation? All right, you guys, you hanging in there. Let's see what else we've got going on here with this little tale and what lesson we can learn. We learned the lesson, first of all, is that being truthful, not playing games, not carrying our wounds from past relationships into new relationships is very important part of being a self-aware, mature adult, especially with our emotions, doing our healing after a relationship, taking the time to look at what we learned. And we're asking, what is this Empress, this soulmate, think about this situation? So we do finally have a soulmate card. We've had Libra energy twice here, very powerful on the divine masculine side. And what does she think about it? The Page of Swords in the reverse. All right, so the Page of Swords, this is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. This is about communications and thoughts. This is the child of the deck, or the younger, less mature character or energies of the deck. These are normally the messengers. So with the Page of Swords in the reverse, what does this Empress think about the situation? She's looking at it. It could be stalking. She knows someone is watching her. She says that she kind of looks at this person as someone who really doesn't have it together, that maybe they acted impulsively. There's a lot about this, like no talk, no action too. Like nothing going on, talk about doing something, then not going through with it. So this is all about, there's no forward movement here. She sees that there was no message, there was no self-expression, there was no action. This is normally a message of, could be a phone call, text, an email, being watched from the distance, again, bringing truth and clarity, but this is in the reverse. So none of those things took place. There was no action, there was no talking, there was no truth, there was no clarity. All she feels like there was spying. That's all she got out of that, is this person likes to watch me. This person likes my energy, but, isn't willing to come forward. And then with the Page of Wands in the reverse, again, same scenario, but the Page of Wands is once again self-limiting beliefs. We saw in the beginning that there was self-doubt, there was lack of confidence. So this is having a hard time getting started, having limited beliefs. This person may have been inspired but has not taken action. So what does she see? She sees that, there was nothing to work with here. There was no action. There was no talking. There was no explaining of emotions. There was no correcting the situation. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. And the last card I pulled was the Moon, number 18, which the Moon card is the counterpart to the Sun, which we saw out with the Divine Masculine. So we do have a matched pair of the Moon and the Sun. So we definitely have divine masculine and feminine energies here. Again, energies, not genders, so reverse the roles as they fit for you. But this number 18, the Moon card. So the Moon card, let's just look at this Moon card for a minute. We have two turtles coming towards the shore, one going towards the water in opposite directions. And the water represents our emotions, and you can see that the moon lights the way. So the Moon card is normally it's things hidden below the surface. This is secrets or illusions. This can be wanting to reconcile. And we're asking, about this divine feminine and how she feels about the situation. I look at these three turtles as possibly, I don't know necessarily three individuals, but it looks like two times, this person may have had opportunities to speak their truth and didn't. And so the divine feminine is the turtle going towards the water. Like, I'm going to let spirit lead the way. I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to walk away from the situation, maybe multiple situations. This could be two different individuals or different times. But we asked, what does the divine feminine think about this? And she had no messages come to her. She had no clarity. There was no action. All she felt like there was a bunch of spying. It could have possibly happened multiple times. And this divine feminine, this Empress, chose to go in a different direction. There was nothing she could do about the situation. There was no energy she could put towards it. She couldn't control it. So she had no other choice but to walk away and turn around and go in a different direction. To trust her intuition, to trust the universe that she was being guided to just go somewhere else. All right, so now we know what's going on with the divine feminine. So the divine feminine is doing her own thing. She walked away. What other option was there? Can't work with anything that isn't present in your life. Not to mention the fact that it looked like there was possibly some negative or low energy actions that were taken. Even possibly we saw that there could have been a one night stand. Don't want to trigger anybody, but you guys, come on, this is life and those things happened, and we can sit in our delusional world and think that they don't, but they do. They really do. And that is the reality of life, because we're humans, and humans have the choice to do what they're going to do. They can choose to take actions. They can choose to not take actions or sit in action, and it all has consequences. So let's ask the universe. I really don't know where else to go with this. We see this character in stuck energy. We see that she's moved on. So universe, what do you want us to know about this situation? Why are we seeing this today? That's what I really want to know. What's the point of this? Why hash it up at all? I'm going to pull an oracle card and see what we've got here. We've got palm tree. Okay, so I asked what's the point of all this, and the universe says stability, security, and growth. Like the palm tree is planted. You know, those hurricanes come and those palm trees get blown all over the place in the southern warmer climates, but they stand strong. You don't see a lot of palm trees ripped out of the ground. So what's the universe thinks about this? And the universe says, you know, we need to find some stability and some security in this situation for both of these characters. That's what I see. The Empress walked away, nothing she could do about it. This other character is sitting here avoiding a conversation in self-doubt, self-confidence. Isn't taking action forward other than spying. There's never been any action here. No, we've seen no knights, no cards of action. All this seems to be is like a person's thought process of wanting to cut away the bullshit, wanting to be clarifying. The universe keeps going, balance, 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 you know, first within ourselves and then within these connections. The universe wants us to be in balance. So what's the universe say about this situation? Other than let's bring some stability and balance into it. You know, how do we do that? How do we bring stability into a situation where someone is refusing to talk and someone's walked away? You can't have a conversation, you know, with a tree. Well, you can, but I've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. And I'm going to go one more time. And I've got the Chariot. So the Four of Swords, fours are a powerful number of healing swords, are communication and thoughts. All right, so the Four of Swords in the reverse is, you know, stagnation. This is finally finding the strength to get through something after a time of rest and healing and introspection. So this divine masculine character put himself on a beach. He put out 3 of his fishing poles and he buried himself in the sand and he took a time of rest, and he kind of have been sitting in stagnation and, you know, trying to heal and recuperate. You know, maybe this character needed to dedicate their energy to some self-care. So the universe says to bring security and stability, there needed to be this time of healing, needing to find the strength to come forward. And that's what the number 7 Chariot card is all about. That's travel. That's fast energy. So the universe is saying, you know, heal yourself to find stability and balance. You need to make a move. You need to come forward. You need to take action. So I asked, you know, how can we bring the situation in the balance? And the universe is very blunt. You know, after you're healing, the only way you're going to find stability and balance in this situation, in your life, in the karma that was created, is to take action. So, is this character going to take action? And we've got the date card. Plan. Set a date. This is getting back out there. Traveling to have a date with someone. Oh yeah, this is separation. Someone they're separated from. Sadness, missing you. Again, that nostalgia. That's the 3rd time that nostalgia energy came out in this reading. Thinking about you, yearning for you, but unsure of the future. So, you know, the universe is saying, you know, and we ask, what's this character going to do? And They may eventually call this person and ask them on a date and say, I've been thinking about you. I know it's been a while. There's a lot that's been going on with my life. I'd like to get together and tell you about it. Maybe after this time of separation and healing, there's an opportunity here. The reading started with the person avoiding the conversation, but we see that's because there was healing that needed to be done. And if there was a one-night stand and somebody got strung along, that's a hard bowl of wax to go up to somebody and say, yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what happened. Having to admit that, humble yourself to that, and not knowing how the person is going to react when you admit that you cheated on them. We've all been in those difficult situations. We have to look at each other with empathy and love and compassion and understand that we're all humans just having a human experience, and we do make mistakes. It doesn't justify it. No way. But when a character comes in and does the work, does the healing, becomes self-aware, recognizes it, and then tries to correct it. Anybody that's ever been in AA or NA, that's part of that stepping process, is to go back and make amends with people, to reconcile with people that you treated incorrectly. And it seems to me like the universe is saying that's what will bring balance into this situation. This character at some point may want to date, may want to talk about these things. And I'm just asking one more. What will the Empress do if this person comes back in? If you're the Empress, how will you handle this situation? What does the universe want for you in this situation? What should you see? What should you be aware of? The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a divine masculine. Looks like he's on I don't think it's a donkey. It is a horse. But this is the slowest moving energy in the deck. This is methodical, step-by-step process. This is someone taking action, but it is slow increments. If you're trying to watch a pot of water boil, if you stare at it, you're not going to see much movement. You're going to become frustrated. But if you walk away and then you come back, you see the bubbles. This energy is so slow and methodical. This could be a perfectionist wanting to do everything right. So what does the Empress think about this? I think she recognizes that this person is in slow speed. This is turtle speed. And we saw the turtles. You guys, let's go back to the moon. We had 3 turtles. We had 2 turtles going in one direction and 1 turtle going towards their emotions. So again, this turtle concept keeps coming up in this reading. And we know turtles are stable. They don't tip over easy. They are a representation of stability. They are slow, but they are stable. They get the job done. So right now, this divine feminine, this Empress, she had to walk away. She understands how slow this process may be for this person. She understands what they're going through. I don't think this Empress does not know or isn't perfectly aware of this. And the 3 of Wands in the reverse, the final card from the universe. Wands are about our passions and desires. And this is, this is upright, somebody waiting for the results of their efforts, waiting for their ships to sail in. Movement and progression, someone who's looking forward, looking ahead to see what's coming, waiting for the blessings to arrive. But in the reverse, you guys, this is adversity coming to an end. This is no longer waiting. She's not waiting for him anymore. She's not waiting for this divine masculine. She recognizes for what it is. When you come across a person that has healing to do, and as an empath, we make excuses that we're going to save them and heal them, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, this person can take years to heal. You cannot hold up your life and sit around and wait for someone to make changes, especially if they're not communicating, especially if they haven't been truthful, they haven't brought clarity to a situation. Sitting in that extremely stagnant energy of waiting around for somebody would put this Empress in stagnant energy, and she's not in it anymore. She's not waiting. So we hope the best for these characters. I know it was a little bit of a trigger warning with this reading today. We had a little spice in it, but we did ask the universe, right? We asked, what's sizzling hot? I mean, this is reality. Unhealthy people who haven't healed their traumas, haven't healed from their past, project and reflect their wounds in their relationships. So if we can just look at people with compassion and understand that they too are going through the human experience, it doesn't mean we have to wait for them. It doesn't mean we have to settle for it. But we can understand it better and extend love and compassion for their journey and allow them to take the time that they need and evolve, even though this character seems to be as slow as a turtle. And that's a good thing. That's what we want. If you enjoyed this message, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And this was an interesting tale we had here today. And stay tuned for the next sizzling hot single and sexy reading coming at you probably within a couple weeks. Peace.